Welcome to Working with Sellers in our Remax Edge Fire Up program. We're looking forward to this one. Working with sellers is such an important piece of our business. You know, they once said, you list, you last. You list, you last. That's been something that's been said, tried and true again in our business. So first and foremost, what's interesting is that, remember, we're talking about working with sellers today. You know, we focused a lot about lead generation, but one of the things that I've noticed over the course of my career, many agents, including those who are experienced, don't have presentations. Presentations must be the same every single time to develop a selling system that can produce predictable results. So once you have made the appointment, ask the seller the following questions in preparation. Are you planning on interviewing more than one agent? Where are you moving to? One of the most extremely important questions, in my opinion. When do you have to be there? How much do you plan on spending? Will you describe the property in as much detail as possible? And what improvements have you made to this property? These questions are extremely important. They test motivation, they answer questions about pricing. But remember, guys, the key to knowing motivation is where will they be going next? Where will they be going next? In your listing package, letter to client from you. You should have your comparative market analysis in this package. My friends, you should be taking a lot of notes over here because many agents do not come prepared to the presentation. They just come with the old CMAs and nothing else. Bring some sample property flyers, graphics. You should be also putting this perhaps on a laptop presentation. In my opinion, laptop presentation is key. Why? Because it's usually the laptop stays on the table, whereas if you go with an iPad, that gets passed around. The key to the listing presentation is actually control. Once you start passing it around, you're starting to lose control of the presentation. See, laptops can be turned in the direction of the person who needs to see it. That's why it's extremely important to have a laptop. So let's talk about market statistics, testimonials, your marketing plan, performance history. Use your office numbers if you're a new agent. Area statistics, number of transactions, sales to listing ratio, days on market stats, percent of sales price received. Bring a seller's guide. Steps in the selling process, preparing your home for sale, open house procedure info. What are you doing when you go meet with the sellers? Are you coming in and acting as if you might be a licensed appraiser when you're not? And is that valuable? Is that valuable? So the listing presentation. You're going to create a step-by-step presentation that is well prepared. I'm going to say it one more time. Creating a step-by-step presentation that is well prepared, concise, and clear about what service you offer to the client. We'll say it again. You're going to create a step-by-step presentation that is well prepared, concise, and clear about what service you offer to the client. You see, my friends, many agents, and I've been an agent for 2 decades now. When we go into our presentations, I know we just like to wing it. You know, those are typically the newer agents that believe they've got it all together. Remember, if we go back to the first slide, we talk about consistency. And typically the consistency is built with, if you met with a seller today, can you repeat the same presentation day in and day out? Companies like Starbucks, companies like Dunkin' Donuts, companies like McDonald's, Chipotle, they all have systems that can repeat over and over and over to provide a fantastic experience with these companies. Now you're your own company, so you're building your company. What type of experience are you providing to the seller? And I've heard so many things like, Well, Mike, you know what? I just look them in the eyes, just do the stare down, and I see what I don't need all this paper. In fact, paper is a waste of time. It might have worked for you in the past, especially when the market was on the upswing, because the market was so fast moving that the homeowner didn't even realize that they really needed to interview an agent. So they picked the agent that they thought was the best, and perhaps you came in with a fancy business outfit. Perhaps you might have sold a house down the block, maybe. Perhaps you work with one of the #1 companies out there. So, but you're going to need to get better and better, especially as the market continues to transition. The listing presentation. You're going to determine the seller's motivation. Most sellers want to sell their home for the most money in the least amount of time and with the least inconvenience. This is tried and true. So questions like, why have you chosen to move now? Now, and I get it, it sounds very hokey, or rather not New York, right? It's something that, well, why have you chosen to move now? But let me promise you, however you ask that question is extremely important. You need to know, why are they moving now? What would happen if you didn't sell? Because most homeowners will tell you they have a lot of time, they're not in a rush, right? Isn't that what most homeowners would do? Are there any issues which need to be resolved before making a move? Right? How many times people need to, settle an estate with family? Maybe there's partners who are purchasing the property. Are there any issues which need to be resolved before making a move? Have you definitely decided to move this time? No, I got plenty of time, just thinking about it. You need to spend more time, guys, into finding out, well, what is it there to think about? You spend more time finding out what is it there to think about. Now, my friends, I love giving these presentations because some senior agents in the audience will say, oh my goodness, really? I came to this webinar to hear some of the things I might have heard before. Well, if you're one of those agents and you might have heard it before and you're not doing it, well, maybe that's why you heard it again. I love you. All right, do your research. The listing package should include a marketing plan. Stop saying that you're such a great marketer. Show someone that you're a great marketer. Let me say it again. Stop saying you're such a great marketer and show someone you're a great marketer. Show them the plan. And don't use the tired, oh, it goes out to 100 websites that nobody's ever heard of. Come on, laugh. Give me a little Zoom laugh. Oh, it goes to these 100 websites. Like astronauts.com. Someone on Mars is looking at the 2-family brick house. You need to be on astronauts.com. Right? For those that are new, you might not have seen this diagram before. Thank goodness. I hope you never see it, because it's such a tired diagram. We know where the eyeballs are at when it comes to real estate web portals. We know it. So we must show and we must demonstrate how you plan to market. Show the steps. Customize to the seller based on info gathered. You see, you should focus on the seller's needs and then the seller's wants. First it's needs, then it's wants. And you should anticipate some common questions that sellers ask. Anticipating common seller questions and including the answers in your listing presentation can help your presentation feel more comprehensive and complete. You know what they're going to ask you? What do you know about our area? Have you sold any homes in our area? What is the standard duration of a listing contract with you? At what price range would you market my home? Does my home need any repairs? These are things that you should be prepared and ready to battle it out. When a seller asks these questions, why would they not ask these questions, my friends? Today, home values are online. It's all available. It's public knowledge. So the whole call me for a comparative market analysis is great, but you should be adding some other things in there, and you should be prepared for other questions other than what's my house going to sell for?